But in general, it's a real positive vibe about the layout.
It seems to be positive just about the whole event, don't they? About it going ahead in Lombok. I suppose in a way there'll be support for all the Southeast Asian riders. Samlo got to keep the bike there, you can't let it drift too wide because then you have to fire it across, and this is where they start to pick up pace around the track. I thought we might be able to see it, but we're not going to, as we switch back to the Aspar garage and we...
Sitting him, as you can imagine. I went out, had lunch with Jake and Sarah, his lovely wife, and we met up with Sasaki-san Ayumu, which was quite nice to spend a bit of time with him because I've ranch probably about 4 years ago. So yeah, he seems like good fun, does Jake. He's done some heat training. I don't know if he's mentioned that already. He has been at the Loughborough University working with everybody, but that's in hindsight. You watch the race back, but as you know, Charlie, it's split-second decisions at the time.
Well, when we see Jake, he always looks so happy and so ebullient, but how would he... What's he like behind the scenes? How will he deal with that performance? How would you expect him to perform this weekend?
A great character to be around, but he's also you're going to laugh at what I'm going to say, but you might see, let's say, the clown side of Jake and think that he maybe doesn't take this racing serious enough, but he's incredibly dedicated, and like I said, he's hard on himself. So he's
I've been doing my own heat training, got the heating up to the max, got the fire on. I definitely haven't, not with energy prices. I'm sat here wrapped up in a hoodie and blanket. So,
Gav, I always remember talking to Leon.
People spending a lot of time in saunas. I saw the Marquez brothers were doing something similar over in Spain before heading here. I wonder what Celestino Vietti's been doing after his victory last time out. First win in the Moto2 class for Celestino. How he's prepared for this weekend. I know Zonta van der Gerberg, there he is, 16 years back.
Village, and you can see Jurgen van der Gerberg and his son Zonta, and they've both got massive smiles on their faces. You can tell they're living the dream, and he must be so proud for his 16-year-old son to be in Moto2. I was talking to him actually next year, so he said it was like now or never, we had to make the jump, and he said, to be honest, he's sort of not ready for it. And I'm impressed with what I'm seeing so far, because in Qatar he wasn't a million miles off the pace at all. So he's a nice tall lad, so that's going to work for him on the Moto2 bike. Tall, lean and lanky, so yeah, but he's definitely living the dream, Gav.
Yeah, and I think so phlegmatic how he was in his career, how laid back he was, and I'm sure that's only going to be a good thing. We know he'll be hands-on, he's quite technically minded as well, Jurgen, but he's not going to, he's not going to be in the face of mechanics, is he? He's just going to be in the background. He's got.
It's almost the Neil Mackenzie approach, I would call, where he's there, but he's not making a fuss, but he's there to not be chipping in all the time, but the words that come out of his mouth, we've seen it a lot over the years, haven't we, really? Yeah. We actually saw it a little bit with Wayne Gardner, with Remy. There were points in certain teams where Wayne, and you can't blame him, but was getting a little bit too much involved. So it's a fine line, it's a balance.
We're having a look at Pedro Acosta here. There was a lot of focusing on him in the race in Qatar. We saw quite a bit of him actually coming from way down the field. He was dropped down like Jake Dixon in the first corner, and in the end Acosta was that little bit further back, but was the top rookie last time out when he made his way through to 12th position behind Aaron Canet, who of course finished second to Vietti last time. All the big names. Look at them, 40-minute practice sessions, free practice. So if you imagine that, you're getting 2 hours in total basically on a track before you're then going to have to go into if you've got through to the top 14, you go through to qualifying. So there'll be some people wanting to go through Q1 before that qualifying session, and then a short warm-up before you race on Sunday. It's not a long time.
It's like it could rain at any time, and you know, Gav, having been to this part of the world in the past, it does change really, really quickly. When you think it's just about to clear up, all of a sudden it starts raining. So yeah, I also heard the riders talking about potentially getting more track time, but it's the same for everyone, so it's a level playing field. But it's one of those, this is a golden opportunity for him. Earlier to Taylor Mackenzie and Josh Watley, it's a great opportunity, isn't it? You come to a track where actually you're not at a disadvantage.
I just wonder in terms of how much Michael was saying, speaking to a MotoGP team, I wonder if, for example, the VR46 team, who obviously are in this class and in MotoGP, what data, what in terms of data.
But from the test here, it's a setup like Mugello, or I'm using that as an example, or it's like Valencia. But as you know, in this class, as you can see, the track's drying out. So hopefully by the end of the session, it'd be nice to see the riders put some slick tyres on and get some really important data.
So there is Celestino Vietti. You might see just a few patches of dry track out there, but quite sketchy conditions. Pin flows said they're lying in their camper van at Breen Sands, drinking tea and watching the bikes. That is living the dream, absolutely, down there. Dave,
where are they?
Mo late to get over there, unfortunately. But thanks to the wonders of technology, I can join everyone over there in Indonesia from my front room. Lisa wants to know if I'm in my PJs, and no is the answer.
I can see Gav, because we've got him on a Zoom call and he's got his hoodie on, but we can't see his bottom half, and I'm convinced you've got the PJs on. I've advised a travel ban then for the season.
Yeah. What was that you said? Sorry, missed. It's all break. No, I'm joking. Yeah. No, it's honestly, being on site, as you'll be able to testify, we're just getting that white flag with the red cross, so there are spots of rain around the track. That's one thing to bear in mind.